We loved so many elements of this original pilot, which was brought to us. We didn't have anything to do with kind of creating the initial idea or the structure of the way the show is told. But that's really what grabbed our attention, is the three timelines, the two female characters in the beginning, in the sort of at the helm of this show, the dual perspectives, the victim versus villain,
the 90s,
the mystery, which was really beautifully told in the pilot and kept us wanting more and asking questions. And we were really interested in finding a story about a younger generation. And this for us was just a perfect, I think, collection of elements. And we just jumped at the opportunity to be a part of it.
The three timelines and tracking it with the actors and making sure everybody was where they needed to be emotionally, that was a challenge at times. And then we shot this at the September of last year, the series. So it was the middle of the pandemic. So, it was a new normal for a crew and a cast to have, done this, to have to do it different, right? Because of the union rules and safety. So that was challenging, of course.
I think we probably wanted to tell them everything about our experience in the 90s, and they were kind of like, yeah, we got it. We're actors. So we're like, oh, right. You know this. Don't worry about our nostalgic memory down memory lane.
But the wardrobe was, for me, so fun because I graduated high school in 1994. And so to be able to see those clothes, but what would be funny is the actors would be like, it's so retro. And I'm like, yeah, I wore that. So that was what I wore. And to show them a pager and a Walkman. And
they just never seen some of that technology before, which was so cute. I loved going down that old walk on memory lane and seeing those old things. Life was simpler. I prefer that simpler way.
For sure. I think you would have Jeanette.
Yeah, I would have.
I think that would have been your jam.
Jeanette would have been my jam for sure. I mean, I would have played either parts, which is another reason we loved it. I thought, oh, I want to play these parts and I want to watch this show.
Yeah.
And Michelle, unfortunately, had to remind me that I'm way too old to play either of these characters. And she definitely would have played Kate, obviously.
Yeah, I mean.
We did consider it for a second there. I'm kind of in between age. We felt I also want to be, kind of want to be careful about not aging myself too much and having a 16-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's totally possible, right? It could have happened. It definitely can happen, but it didn't totally feel like it was the right thing to do. I didn't want to take anything away from these two main young women. Really wanted them to be the focus. They're in the focus. I not that I would have done that, but we just wanted to be thoughtful about putting the right family members around them and not trying to force me to be in something just to be in something. We felt that it was a strong enough piece of material with a strong enough cast and partnership that it could live in a big way if if all the elements came together without the extra element of me, which would add a little bit of publicity. But if it's not right, it's not right. So we just felt that this particular one was best with me not in it. Yes, it's always a big talking point in our company. We've always wanted to tell female stories, but the goal is to make it interesting for everybody. We want guys to love our shows. Yeah. We want our husbands to want to watch our shows. We don't just want to make super female centric stuff, but we want to tell women's stories, and that's always an interest and a goal of ours. And I think there will be a time where we tell a story that with a male lead,
For sure.
You know, that's not something that we're not interested in, but you know, we're women and we're interested in other women's stories, and that's kind of like our natural first go-to.
Well, I think you're going to get a lot of what had resonated with the first season, you know, dual perspectives, continue the timeline, 3 timelines within the 90s. We can't say much more than that at this point.
Yeah, but we promise a great mystery. We promise
we're gonna up our stakes.
High stakes for every character, and but definitely in the past, some sort of past experience, nothing in the present. And I don't know, it'll be good no matter what it is. It'll be good. We hope.